I love it, the fact that I'm wearing, right, a Team Cap shirt, and then at the premiere, they give me a Team Iron Man pin. Like, really? Really?
Let's go, it's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show.
Captain America 3 Civil War starts off right after Captain America 2 Winter Soldier and kind of Avengers Age of Ultron. You get to see the destruction that the Avengers have caused, or at least tried to stop, but in stopping actually affected and did it. If that makes any sense. So basically, in Avengers, they save New York, but a bunch of people die. Same thing in Sokovia, and the same thing over and over again in all these movies is that they save people, but there are casualties upon saving them due to these big, massive fights. And I love the fact that Tony actually has some development. Like, I felt like they tried to do a little bit in Iron Man 3 and Age of Ultron, but they didn't do enough, and here you finally get a full circle Tony. This is a very, very, very haunted Tony. Tony has done things in his past that he hates. He tried to fix while becoming a hero, and then he tries it again because he has done more bad shit because of, you know, creating Ultron and also not saving everybody in the world. And he is not a soldier. He doesn't have the mentality that Captain America has, where we save who we can, but we cannot save everyone. To me, this is where the story shines. There's two very different ideas, and none of them are really wrong. They all have legitimacy when it comes to why they pick their sides, but the thing is that it's heartbreaking to see because they're friends, and see, that is what's important in this movie. So let's get to the good. The best thing about this movie is the action. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Okay, remember when you're watching Daredevil and you're watching the staircase scenes or those brutal fights and you're like, ooh, 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 did you see that? Remember that? That's like every fight in here. This is elevating the fight scenes for Marvel for me. Listen, Winter Soldier did it. Don't get me wrong. That fight scene on the highway, I've watched 18 fucking million times. I love it. This movie, boom, smashed it. The first 15 minutes of this movie are pure action bliss that makes my heart go. Doesn't actually sound like that, but still. It is just so intense. All the fight scenes are, there's some shaky cam, I'm not gonna lie, but a lot of it is just really crunch, bone, smack, boom, fist, fast, boom, slam. I can't even make the sound effects. But it's great, and I'm not going to spoil it, but the airport scene, I know you heard it a million times, I heard it a million times in all the reviews, and then I watched the movie, not expecting to be as hyped as I could be. I'm like hype level million, and the fucking airport scene still impressed me. The next best thing about this movie is the characters. They all have their own standpoint, but none of them feel like forced to have these ideas. In Civil War the comic, a lot of opinions of the characters seem very forced just to make these big teams smash against each other. In this, there's a set amount of characters, it's like 12 or something, and they all really feel like they pick their side because of their beliefs in their life, or because they owed someone, or because they're friends and they see past the bullshit. And what I also liked is that they are friends in this movie, but they also have to fight each other, and they don't just like play fight. I mean, they kick each other's asses sometimes, and the final fight is very emotional, and you know why it's emotional? Because we have 12 fucking movies or more leading up to this movie with all these characters. You've seen them before, you've seen them as friends, you've seen them work together, you've seen them save the world together, and now they're fighting to each other and barely containing their final blows of killing each other, and it is a magical fight at the end. In terms of emotional battles, it's one of the best I've seen for comic book movies. Let's talk about the villain. Some people seem to not like him, and I can definitely understand, but I actually like this villain. I'll tell you why. He wasn't the predictable bullshit villain you expect. He's not super powered, he's not super smart. What he is a determined man who kind of gives you a little bit of background on what happened and why he does it, but it's just so well done because he is a fucking asshole for what he does, but you understand him, and that is the greatest villain. I will take that villain, what we have here. He's not the best ever, but he's a good villain for this movie because he's the catalyst of why these Avengers are fighting each other. But the thing is that I liked it because it's not the same shit I was expecting. It's not a big bad, I'm going to win, I'm the smartest, I am so smart, like other movies. So it's just really well done in terms of it's not going to be overblown. And I actually understood his motivation in this. And even without him, the story probably would have worked. But him adding on, it just helped make the conflict worse. Now, I know you're all saying, I mean, Cap is my second favorite hero of all time. He's amazing. He's magical. He's beautiful. He's handsome. Yes, I told my wife I'd go gay for him for just one night. Shut the fuck up. But let's talk about the newbies. So we got Black Panther, we got Spider-Man. These are the two new guys. These are the two magical love birds in the same thing. I don't know why I went with love birds. I'm sorry. Black Panther, badass. Badass. What I love about him is he's opposite of everybody else in this movie, because everybody else quip jokes and so on. Well, not everybody, but, you know, Tony's going to do it. Ant-Man's going to do it. Spider-Man's going to do it. Even Hawkeye will do it. Black Panther, no, he don't give a shit. He's just straight up, fuck you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, it was magical. Magical. That's the only word I could think of when I'm watching this movie is magical, because I want to go see it again so bad. I'm going to go see it tomorrow. I'm so excited. Spider-Man. They did it. They did it. Listen, I'm not a fan of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. As an avid reader and over 50,000 fucking comics of Spider-Man I have in my room, I didn't like him. I thought he was kind of shitty, in my honest opinion. Andrew Garfield, on the other hand, I did really like. I liked him a lot as Spider-Man. One of the best Spider-Mans and a pretty good Peter Parker. But this kid is taking Ultimate Spider-Man, the Spider-Man I love the most, and putting him on screen. And it works so flawlessly. I felt like crying. I felt like crying when Spider-Man came on screen because it was so well done. It was my dream. I didn't think I'd ever see it, and I saw it, and he's there, and he's funny, and he's corny, and he's nerdy, and this is the Spider-Man we need in life. So, you know, I was an avid person of let's separate Spider-Man from the rest because he can do his own thing, but watching him interact with these guys, thank you, Marvel! Listen, I'm just gushing about all this shit because this movie truly, truly just blew me away. It blew me away because the first thing I did when I got out of the theater was thinking, I can't wait to see this again. And do you know how many movies make me do that? None. I'd never seen a movie and was like, I gotta see it again the next day. I got to go. I've never done that in any movie. I've seen movies again, but I've never wanted to see a movie so bad again like this. So, what's the bad part about it? The only thing I could think of that kind of, you know, shifted me a little bit, you know, is that it didn't flow as well as Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier, perfect flow, like literally the best pacing. In this, there's moments where they cut between like the villain and what he's doing and the heroes, and it's good because you never get too much of the villain to get bored, so it's just like maybe 3 minutes of him, but it kind of messes with the pacing a little. I'm not going to lie, it did affect me a little bit. I was like, come on, I want to get back to Tony and Steve. I don't care about you right now. So there was that. But that's it. That's like literally the only thing I could think of. The action blew me away. The acting obviously is great. The special effects are awesome. The battles are beautiful. The story is cohesive and actually easy to follow and fun and depressing and emotional. And it made me like just want to kill somebody. Alright, before it shuts out, my camera's going to die. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. Right? I cannot. Or a 4 out of 4. What do I do? 5 out of 5? I think I do 5. Yeah, 5 out of 5. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5. It is my favorite superhero movie of all time now. I love a lot of superhero movies, so it's not like this is the only one that's the movie I'm thinking of, but it is my favorite right now. It is the best. Go see this movie. 5 out of 5. My first 5 out of 5 I ever gave on my movie reviews. Check it out. Everybody have a good day. I'm going to go watch this again.